Hello there, sunshines! Today, I'm going to tell you why, in the opinion of someone who spent over 12 years as an insider in the cosmetic industry, I think that baking is totally overrated and what you should do instead. But before I get into that, make sure and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you guys never miss a thing. So first of all, what exactly is baking? It's a makeup technique where you apply heavy amounts of translucent powder to certain areas of the face, usually under the eyes. A lot of people will do it right on your contour line right here. Then you just let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Some people leave it on as long as 20, and the heat from your skin sets your foundation and concealer. Then you just dust off the excess powder. And it gives your makeup in those areas some crazy good staying power. Like,
crazy good.
Now this technique started in the drag community because it's perfect for performers who are up on stage dancing and singing and lip syncing their hearts out under hot lights. And it will most definitely help keep your makeup from budging, slipping, or sliding. That being said, it's become a very popular technique amongst beauty bloggers. So now everyone thinks that they need to bake their foundation as a part of their regular routine. Please, please, please take the advice of an industry professional. This technique definitely has its place, but it's not the holy grail skin perfector that most people need for everyday makeup. First of all, it's drying. So if you have dry skin, applying a bunch of setting powder is going to soak up the natural oils in your face and make your skin feel like the Sahara Desert. In addition, there's a lot of heavy makeup involved in this, which when caked onto the thin, delicate skin under your eyes and combined with all that drying powder, it's gonna create fine lines and creases you never knew you had, which is crazy because every article I read when I looked up baking online goes on and on and on about how smooth and perfect it makes your skin look. Looking at you, BuzzFeed. It will keep your makeup from creasing, but it will not make dry skin look smooth. Yes, from stage, it will make your face look flawless AF, but for the average Joe or Josephine, especially if you have dry skin, it's just not gonna give you the effect that you're desiring. So, if you are very oily and like very full coverage, by all means, proceed with the baking. But for everyone else, I have a better alternative. So if I'm gonna be setting under my eyes, I like to use a powder specifically for under eye, like the Kat Von D Lock-It Brightening Powder or the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. These are created to set the under eye, so they are finer milled than setting powders that are created for your face, and they are less likely to crease. They also have additional brightening properties to help fight dark circles. So what you're gonna do is take just a little bit of powder right in the lid, and I like to take a fluffy eyeshadow brush that's nice and small so I can be very controlled with where I'm applying the product. Then you're just gonna pick up a little bit of powder on your brush. Make sure and tap off the excess. You do not want a whole lot on. And then you're just gonna press and roll. And press that product into the skin right in the areas that you want to brighten and set your makeup. You shouldn't see any actual powder on the skin, and if you do, just keep working it in until it disappears. I like to make sure and get any areas that are very mobile, like my eyelids, and any areas that tend to produce a little bit more oil, like the creases of my nose and my chin. Now for these areas, you can switch to a regular setting powder for face, but I found that the brightening powder sets just as well and adds a little bit of a kind of a matte contour. So anywhere that you would normally like to bake your foundation, just lightly set it. Now, if you tend to be a little bit more on the oily side, all you have to do is take a larger brush with, again, a small amount of product and just press and roll gently all over to set your whole face. Now, setting powder and HD powder are not the same thing. Setting powder is made to absorb moisture and oils and really locks in liquid and cream formulas so that they won't budge. And so typically you would not want to use them interchangeably. That being said, there is one instance where you can skip the setting powder and just go straight to the HD powder. If you have very, very dry skin and your makeup doesn't tend to budge as it is, you just need a little something to mattify and just kind of be on top of your makeup so that it's not wet, I would skip straight to the HD powder. And sometimes I do this in the wintertime because my skin is very dry, especially under my eyes. So you would just apply this in the same way that you would apply the setting powder. And it's not gonna give you the same staying power, but what it's gonna do is blur surface texture so everything looks very smooth. These powders are made from basically silicone, so they have that nice blurring effect, kind of like if you used a really good silicone primer. Now, for everyone else that does want to use the setting powder, using a little HD powder on top of everything just gives a really smooth, poreless, lineless finish, while not adding any weight or texture to that delicate, thin under-eye skin. Bonus tip, if you were taking pictures, then HD powder is your best friend. It does an amazing job of hiding lines and pores on camera and can do wonders to help reduce the appearance of flashback.
Ew.
Now, I like to top all of this off with a good setting spray. It locks everything in place regardless of your skin type because you can purchase formulas that are mattifying or dewy. Just make sure and spray it before your mascara. No! So let me know down below your feelings on baking foundation, or cakes, honestly. And make sure and give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that way you guys don't miss any of the videos coming out for you on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And as always, feel free to share if you know of anybody that could use a little sunshine in their day.